Morning guys, it's Callum from Spurs Diehards here. It is Monday morning here now, so we're off the back of the weekend fixtures. A little loan roundup for academy and first team players to go over for the weekend. So let's go to Scotland to start off with. So Mikey Moore got another 76 minutes in the Rangers game this weekend. Still looking for more goals and assists as part of his game. Russell Martin is still struggling as well on the front of gameplay. So it will be interesting to see how this continues, to be honest, because they are out of the Champions League. So it will only be, I believe, the Scottish Cup, the Scottish Premier, and I believe Europa League. But we shall see on that one. Alfie Dorrington got another 95 minutes for Aberdeen. He continues with his loan spell. There's a good chance that they may move for him in January or in the summer, or in case he doesn't want to stay in Scotland, there will probably be more options for him in the football leagues and in the Championship going forward. We've got the same old story this week. Jamie Donnelly and Ash Phillips still not getting any game time for Stoke. They lost 1-0 to QPR. These are a weird one because I think these two could have a future at Spurs, and it's really difficult when we look at it because at the moment Stoke are using pre-established players who they bought in the summer and also had in their squad. So Lewis Baker is playing an ex-Chelsea player in the number 10 role, which is blocking Donnelly, and Phillips still can't get a game at centre-back, even though he was a mainstay for them last year. So it'll be interesting. We are only game week 6 for them, but I believe that Spurs may look to assess their options in the coming months to see whether there are better deals. But Donnelly didn't kick on till probably November, December last year at Orient, so it will be really interesting to see how both of them favour as centre-back and centre-attacking mid-roles. Will Lancashire continued his run of games, getting 99 minutes for Oxford in their win at the weekend. He got really good reviews from all of the Oxford journalists and Oxford fans. They seem to love him down there, so it seems to be the polar opposite of Dane Scarlett's time down there. Not enough games and not enough goals. Well, Will's got, I believe, 3 in 7 or 3 in 6 at the moment, and also played as a secondary striker, so really promising for him. I mean, Alfie Devine for Preston at the weekend got a goal and contender for goal of the season. He completed 85 minutes, and I mean, that was a worldie of a goal. We know he has it in his locker, and a good friend of our podcast, Brian Daigle, is a massive Alfie Devine fan like I am. Preston do have an option, but Spurs did extend his contract as well, so we will have to see how he performs going forward. But I still think there's a player there, but maybe it's just me in short supply compared to other Spurs fans. But I still like Alfie Devine, and I think he can do bits, but he's continuing to get game time, which is what Spurs wanted, and Preston are doing well with him in the team. Yang Min Hook missed out at the weekend with injury picked up, so he was not available for Portsmouth. He has been an unused sub in the last 2 games, so it will be interesting to see how he goes. Spurs did have high hopes for him. I'm not sure where they see him now, but he does need game time to develop if he wants to have a future at Spurs. Demola Ajay got another 20 minutes. His game time has decreased considerably since his early form and pre-season goal scoring tallies, so that's one to watch out for. George Abbott got his first goal on loan. He got 34 minutes at the weekend, so very positive for George. He is continuing his growth in League One, and it will be interesting to see how he develops going forward. But Spurs do have hopes that he could potentially develop into a first team player in years to come. Tyrese Hall, a very good haul for 28 minutes. He got 2 goals to his name. This is what Spurs want. There is a player there. There is a very good player there. There is a creative player who could have a very good impact going forward. But he just needs to knuckle down and prove his worth. He doesn't have an attitude problem. He has got his head straight and he's playing well. So let's hope that he continues with that going forward. Alejo for Liz came back from injury this weekend to see a 102-minute bout for Rosario Central and also scoring a goal. It was a very good goal, I have to say. It was a nicely taken ball that dropped into him, and he took a nice left-footed shot into the bottom left-hand corner to beat the goalkeeper. So I don't think he's got a future at Spurs, but the better he does on loan, the better his resale value could be. Luka Vuskovic completed 100 minutes at the weekend and also got a goal for, I believe it was Hamburg. So this guy has such a huge ceiling, and he is a big lad. He is really, really big. So if we are to use him right, he will be a combative centre-back. And for his age, 18, he is astronomical. He is really, really highly rated by many clubs around Europe, including Spurs. And he didn't get a great rating from the German press, but from the Croatian scouts and the Croatian news, he really did. So I have big hopes for him. And he did well. Within scoring, he did a goal line clearance within 60 seconds later, and I believe he broke a couple of fingers as well in celebrating that on the goalpost. So it will be interesting to see if he is now out with injury through self-inflicted harm by celebrating, but we shall see his progression going forward. And Manor Solomon for the Yellow Submarine came on and made his full debut and got 30 minutes in the tank and got an assist for them. Manor, I don't think, has a future at the club, but he definitely is doing well whenever he does play on loan. So hopefully this will be a good move for him, and then this will help to get permanent transfers either in January or the summer for him. But as always, we like to keep an eye on all of the Spurs lineup across the board, and we will see where we go from there. But as always, thanks very much, and come on you Spurs.